Got a rate hiding me on Friday, then us.
Did you? Who off?
Warren Martin.
What did he have?
£40.
And what did you have?
£14.
What went wrong?
Do you want me to tell you what's even worse?
What?
Jeff Valence on the side, nearly 17.
So you've had your pants pulled down, haven't you?
Big time. I've got a rate red mark on it.
Has they got
Honestly.
2 handprints on
Two
your
handprints. One of the biggest hidings I've had in a long time now, as you know.
Talk us through your day, love. It was, of course, the 3rd round of the Drennan Knockout Cup, wasn't it?
On the River Thames at Abingdon and Culham.
Yeah.
And I got a battering, but I had a lovely day's fishing, you know.
What do you think of the river?
Love it. One of the most solid natural venues I've ever been on. I had a bite every single chuck on anything I did. Chucked a feeder, fished for bleak, fished on bottom, fished a whip, fished long pole. Whatever I did, I had a bite every chuck in. And basically got £14.11 a roach by mistake. We're trying to catch some big fish, some bream. Never caught. Well, I actually hooked one and knocked it off with my landing net.
That's when you know it's not your day. You don't have many bad days. To be fair to you, love, you don't have many bad ones.
I had a bit of a night,
but
I enjoyed it.
An odd bad day, and that was one of them, wasn't it? Bless you.
It was. But you, however, by the way, I didn't get through to the next round.
You didn't?
No, I didn't get through. But never mind, because partner in crime, current Drennan Knockout Cup champion, sat next to me now, wrapping a rig up for Evesham this weekend, did get through, didn't you?
Only just. I was very lucky. Only by the skin of my teeth.
Right.
And I'll talk you through it. I drew a peg about 2 to the left of where I actually practiced. You'll recall on one of the last video blogs I talked about that particular peg, and I struggled there really. I caught £5 of bleak, like you did almost by accident, fishing for other things, but in between I kept having a little drop. And I really didn't know what to expect, because I went on a feature there earlier in the week and it was solid. Scott Jeans caught well over £20 of little fish on a whip. Paul Glenfield caught some bream on a feeder. You know, the same bit of river was absolutely solid. But everybody told me, and I knew from my experience on that match, in match conditions it's a different river altogether. It just switches off for some reason, and different fish feed to feed in practice. You know, so I didn't know what to expect. And for that reason I decided to keep my plan very open. So what I did, I've cupped 10 balls and chucked 10 balls on a pole line at 11 metres.
Yeah.
And that's all I've done. I've gone straight on it to start with, and I thought I'm going to give it 20 minutes just to see if it's a shipping match, it's a fish catching match. And if I'm getting bites on that, you know, it could be a perfect job. I'll never have to come off it.
Could catch a nice steady £15-20 a roach.
And sail through, hopefully. That was the plan. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. After 20 minutes in, I think I got 1 big roach like that, a little roach and 2 perch. Nothing. No bites.
Right.
So, I had to obviously do other things. So I've had other things set up. I just haven't fed them. So I fished a long line with lobworms over soil. I fished a feeder. And I've started loose feeding a bit of maggot and hemp over the top of my other lines just to see if I could catch any fish shallow. Couldn't catch any bleak or anything. Nothing like that on the shallow rigs or anything. Nothing on the feeder apart from a few perch. But luckily, 2 big bream on the long pole with lobbit line.
Brilliant.
And I also lost 1 foul hook as well.
Never mind. You didn't need it though, did you?
Fortunately not. So £12, £3 or £12.4 I think was just enough to sneak through to the semi-final. So very happy. Tricast
Western Pools, here we come for the semi-final.
Yeah,
so if you get through this next round, you'll be in the final again.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Long way to go yet.
You're going to win it again?
I don't know. There's some bloody good anglers to beat.
He's going to win it again, Thomas.
I don't know.
You are. I've got a feeling. No one's ever won it twice, have they?
No.
You're going to, mate. You're going to.
It'd be nice, love. But anyway, on to Saturday, and for you, it was. You actually said to me on the phone, it's one of the best matches you've ever had and most enjoyable angling days you've ever had.
It is definitely one of the most, probably one of the biggest. Like little, you know, sometimes you have a bit of a personal feel to a match.
Yes.
This particular one, I really did. It was the Division 1 National on the tidal River Trent. It was an honour to get picked in the Drennen Barnsley team for a start, because it's like sort of fishing alongside a lot of my angling heroes, Ian Bowman, Simon Fields, Alan Scawthorne, you know, Mick Viles. There's a lot of like original proper Trent anglers in that team. So to get picked in with them was an honour. And we put loads of time practicing in. We all had sort of 5 or 6 weekends going up to the Trent, some even more. And we ended up winning the Division 1 National.
Which is an awesome achievement.
I've never won a Division 1 National before. But to do it with that team, like my mates and me heroes in a way, on the tidal River Trent, which is a little bit personal because I actually grew up fishing at Torksey with my granddad.
Yeah.
And there were a chance I could have drawn there at the National, which is pretty amazing as well. But it was probably made more special because it was so close, or we thought it was so close. We'd all done well, but when you weigh in, you only see 23 or 24 pegs out of your 45 peg section. So where you come on your board, you might win. You might be top weight on your board, but the other half of the section could all beat you. So you could be first, you could be 25th. So that made it a little bit tricky working results out. We didn't have any blowouts though, by the looks of things. And when it come down to it, we figured out it was between us and Lincoln and District AC, the local team. Brilliant
some good angles.
Some stunners.
Alan Henry fished for them and Dean Smith and them, is it?
I don't think Alan Henry did. I think Alan Henry fished for Scunny and
they were third, weren't they, Scunny?
Yeah. But like Sir John Small fished for Lincoln and District. And we thought they'd beat us because they were all in the top 3 on the board, but obviously we hadn't seen this other side of the section, and we were actually stood next to them when they read the top 10 out. Barnsley were here, Lincoln were here, we were all together, we wished each other luck when they read third out, Scunny and District, or whatever the team is.
Yeah.
Wayne Swinscoe, all them boys, Wayne Bartholomew. And then he sort of paused, read second place out, Lincoln and District, and we just went absolutely mental. We didn't think we'd won, and we had. But a massive well done to Lincoln because, like, for them, they were absolutely buzzing of at Moon. Awesome performances, really consistent throughout the whole river, and they fish it a lot, so it was really nice to see them do really well. But over at Moon, mate, I had a lovely match myself as well.
Brilliant, that sounds lovely.
I had 9 kilo 760 on a
20
feeder.
odd pound, that isn't it?
Yeah, but I only caught for the first 2 hours.
And what did you catch?
I caught some hybrids, I caught 2 little barbel, some big roads up to sort of 12 ounce, a few days. Later on in match it went rock hard, tide turned round and I couldn't catch anything when it was sort of running off and getting lower because I was casting and my feeder were dropping into really shallow water. I had to cast 60 metres in this horrible wind.
It was bad wasn't it?
Yeah, and I just for the last half of the match I just fished with a long up length, switched to a maggot feeder, caught a few days just to try and keep putting fish in there. But obviously deep down I knew, well, you know, I've got 15 pound in my net. You know you're well up, don't you, with that? But it was brilliant, man. Lovely match, really enjoyed it. Ended up coming 3rd in my 45 pegs, so we're happy to do well as well. And just off at Moon for team. Qualifies us to go to France for the World Club Championship next year.
Again, you've been 3 times now, haven't you, for that? 3
in the last 4 years, yeah. So, fingers crossed.
A bit too good, Barnsley District, mate, I'm afraid. Everybody used to say that Dorking were the best. I'm afraid recent results will have something to argue on that.
I don't know. There's a lot of good ones out there, isn't there? But, how were your day on Saturday?
My day on Saturday?
Oh, massive well done to our mate for winning individually.
I've got to say that. Yeah,
Rob Perkins.
Absolutely brilliant. I love Rob, he's taught me so much over the years. One of my best mates.
I got a little interview with him. Do you want me to drop it in?
Let's drop it in.
Rob, Division 1 National Champion. Come here, let's have a nod over here. Absolutely chuffed to bits for you, mate. You've won the Division 1 National. How have you done it?
I've had a fantastic day's fishing. I've drawn peg 8 in the Weirfield.
Nice.
I've chucked 55 turns with a ground bait feeder, put a load of chopworm and caster through. It's took an hour to get a bite, and I've had a skimmer. Half an hour later I had 2 proper big bream in 2 chokes.
How big?
£6 odd a piece.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I've just caught steady for the rest of the match. I've had a good run at the end. I've managed to overtake peg 5.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
Fantastic day's fishing.
Chuffed to bits for you, mate. How's the team done? Any good?
15th.
15? Reasonable?
Not as well as your team.
We've got 2 gold medals here, actually, haven't we? Show them yours.
A matching pair. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely over the moon for you, mate.
Very
really well
mate.
done. What are you going to spend the money on?
I hadn't even thought about that.
Should we go for a pint?
Well, yeah.
Go
I'll
on,
buy
mate.
you a pint, mate.
Well done, mate. So, on to your day on Saturday, Evesham.
Lovely day's fishing, mate, but a little bit frustrating because of the wind again. It was one of the bloodworm qualifiers. I've drawn peg 15, which I fancy because you've got a chance of some roach there, but also you've got a boat opposite you. And the last couple of weeks, it's had a bit of form for a few fish, just for section prizes, but you know, a few fish on feeder, maggot feeder.
Lovely, lovely.
So the plan was, obviously, maggot feeder to the boat. And because the wind was so bad, I've actually sat right out in the water as far as I legally could.
Yeah.
Up to my knees and platform out, which probably put me about 2 metres past out into the river, like, you know.
Yeah.
You sit quite a long way out there.
It's really shallow and edging it all silted up.
Yeah, you can get in there. And but even like sat out there, I couldn't fish any more because you're nice and low, and obviously there's quite steep banks, but I couldn't fish any further than about 11 metres because of the wind. It was just horrendous.
Yeah.
And I really struggled to put the rig to 11 metres, to be honest. Which was made even more frustrating because there was some big roach there. Now, you know how hard them big roach to catch at Evesham are. They're annoyingly hard to catch. But if you've got conditions half right, you can catch them, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, it did my head in. I think I've caught 9 roach and something like probably 5 perch, probably 3 on pole, 2 on feed or something like that. And I've weighed in 4 pound 8, I think.
Right.
Which was enough to win the section, but gives you an idea what sort of stamp there were. 9 of them and a few perch for
big boys,
4
aren't
pound.
they?
Oh, proper fish, net fish, you know. So a little bit frustrating, but it was enough to win the section, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
A good day.
Well done, mate.
Very nice. And Sunday for you was even better than Saturday from an individual perspective, wasn't it?
Well, it were very, very nice. It wasn't as good from a buzzing point of view.
Yeah.
Of course, winning national were the highlight of the weekend, but it was the Mava British Pole Championship at Hayfield Lakes, a bit of a procedure for the match this final we've got coming up there in a couple of weeks. Well, next weekend. It's coming up fast, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and I went there, mate, and I was lucky enough I won the match.
Awesome.
£134 off Little Adams Peg 33. And I just had a steady day. I didn't really think I'd won, to be honest. I thought, well, you'll need £160, £170 to win. And I sort of tried a few things for the final. Even though it's not on that lake, it's still deep water carp fishing, you know. So I thought it's a nice opportunity to go and practice, because I haven't been carp fishing for ages. And I just caught steady on pellets on the bottom. A couple of fish short to start with, nicked a couple, you know, when you drop in short, feed a bit of bait, nicked a couple dead quick, went out onto the long pole, couldn't really catch anything shallow. I tried it and just ended up catching an odd nice carp on the bottom with some skimmers in between. I ended up weighing £134, £30 of skimmers and £100 and odd of carp.
Absolutely awesome. What did you pick up for that, by the way?
£250, not as much as it used to be.
Yeah, it's a nice pick up.
It's alright for you, isn't it?
It's alright for me, mate.
For you, isn't it? And a nice glass trophy as well, lovely.
Oh, for that as well.
Yeah, you can do. We'll smash it up. Yeah,
sort it off. That's
no
right.
problem.
That's
But, and Jamie Hughes was second with £123, and Mr. Andy Powell was third with £109.
Now I know you did well, and I know you won it. I know you think you've got it sorted, but I still don't think you should have ordered it just yet. You haven't won it yet, mate.
What's that?
The transporter.
Oh, right, yeah.
35 grand's worth of Volkswagen.
Shall I cancel it, shall I?
Well, I'll just hang off just in case
Right.
it don't go to plan.
All right, Sam.
You know.
Yeah, I better do, Anna.
But,
How were your day on Sunday?
you know, again, a strange day. Strange day to Evesham. Enjoyable again. But I went in, I fed my bait, I went in, I caught a roach every single chuck from Peg 38, which isn't normally in 30, it's where the boat turns around. But obviously with the festival going, we're trying to just sort of condense the peg a little bit into where the festival will actually be held.
You wouldn't mind having a peg like that, though. It's, even if about just turn around every now and again, it's a nice little area, isn't it?
It is, it's a nice area. The bottom's flat, it plumbs up lovely, you've got a bit of flow.
Yeah.
As a peg to fish, it's actually very nice.
Yeah.
But I've fed some bait and I've gone in and I've had 5 minutes from bait settler, which you sometimes have, don't you? You know, if a few missed bites. But then I've just started absolutely emptying. I've caught not the same stamp roach as the day before. This sort of stamp roach.
Yeah. Nice fish, chunky
ounce
fish.
2 ounce fish.
Lovely.
Every chuck for about 50 minutes.
Right.
I honestly thought I'm going to catch £10 today. I thought this is awesome. Thought, you know, it's all over and here we go.
Fetch me envelope.
Fetch me envelope,
Fetch me
yeah. But then 50 minutes in, you know, the boat's come for a second time. It did come about 20 minutes and turn around. For a second time it's come down and turned around. It's come just a little bit closer.
Right.
And after it's gone, I've caught another one. And then I've waited a while and caught another one. And then it's just gone. I've not been able to get a bite. And I'm like, it's weird. And because I caught straight after the boat had gone, I didn't think it would.
Yeah.
But I've topped up, not had another bite for about 2 hours then. Nothing.
Blimey
Even
heck.
on the feeder. It was literally like somebody had flicked a switch and the whole peg had switched off.
Strange, isn't it?
Really, really weird, mate. And that's it. I never came back. I ended up, I think I caught one more roach on it. and one perch on the feeder. Ended up with £3.6, which was second in the section, but not enough to win it.
Blimey neck, right.
But I tell you what, mate, I'm really looking forward to that festival.
I'm excited. It's this weekend, isn't it?
This weekend, the Evesham Festival, Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, lots of money up for grabs. Loads of awesome anglers. You can stand behind them and watch them, can't you?
The best in the business.
Yeah.
Will Raising up there, Alan Scawthorne, yourself, Sean, Lee Carey. It's going to be a who's who of river fishing.
And some old river legends as well. We've got John Allerton coming on the Saturday.
Dennis White.
Wayne Swinscow, Keith Hobson.
The commentary's good and all, isn't it?
Oh.
Saturday's good for the commentary. We've got Alex and Roger on it, but if you want the more authentic Evesham experience, you might call it, come on Sunday. The chap who does it on the Sunday is a proper Evesham boy, isn't he?
He is. You can get a guided tour of the river, can't you?
He loves it, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's our weekend.
Yeah, come and see us. We're both fishing every day, so come and say hello. Give us a wave. Fetch us a pint down if you want halfway through.
It'd be lovely to see you.
Lee Carey's keen to have some people exercising behind him.
If you want to do star jumps, if you go behind Lee Carey, he'll sort of give you a masterclass.
Particularly likes people with high-vis jackets on.
Yes.
Doesn't he?
He does, yeah. And there's actually a stilt competition as well. So the higher you can get behind Lee Carey's peg, particularly if you're casting a shadow over where he's fish, the better.
Trampolines are allowed. You have to provide your own though.
Yes. So enjoy the Evesham Festival this weekend, hopefully, if you're coming. And we will fill you in on how we get on next week.
If we don't see you there.
Love you.
Mwah.